coming to St. Joseph's Academy in 1960, I was on the basketball team there, and that's how my career started here.
She was a great basketball player, but I couldn't teach her anything. She knew it all. She had a coach that would sit on the bleachers and talk to me and tell me how good she was and that she needed a hunk of meat to keep her healthy and strong. And I'd say, yes, sir. Nothing in sports and athletics would surprise me about Lurline. She's that good.
Yes, hands down, she was the best in the school. But with it, a leadership, a sportsmanship, all the qualities of a lady, all the qualities that should go with a good athlete.
Lurline loved all sports, and she loved PE and excelled in that too. Many of the girls didn't care too much for PE, but you know, Lurline was encouraging everybody. She didn't show off.
When we were picking for volleyball teams in PE, everybody wanted Lurline. Nobody wanted me.
Anything that Lurline did was well done. She would work extremely hard, and she saw the results, so we saw the results.
And as she matured, she got better. She developed other expertise in other sports, her running particularly. By senior year, she was active with the javelin, and I love the story that the sisters let her keep her javelin in the back of homeroom. And it was just very common for the girls to come in and out and stumble over Lurline's or say, Lurline, move the javelin. The sisters let her practice on the school grounds after school.
Yes, it was actually right out over here in the a little grassy area right underneath the classrooms. And Ms. Judy Lejeune was our physical education teacher, and she allowed me to practice during our physical education time. So actually I practiced the javelin out here on the grounds of SJA.
And at the time we had one custodian, just one, and Bradley, an athlete, and he was very curious about the javelin. I think Lurline was the only person I knew in Baton Rouge who flew a javelin, but sometimes in the afternoon after school, if you're driving by, you'd see Lurline and Bradley throwing the javelin on the school grounds.
Following her SJA career, Lurline caught the eyes of LSU athletic officials and became the first woman in history to receive an athletic scholarship offer.
There was no track and field team at LSU. There was no NCAA women's track and field at the time. But LSU and athletic director Jim Corbett, track and field coach Joe May, they gave me a partial scholarship. I attended LSU. I worked out with the men's track and field team, and I competed in summer competitions representing LSU.
It was the buzz and the first. And then it didn't surprise anybody. If someone was going to be the first, it was going to be Lurline. And that was 1964, time of great change. Probably before that, no one even thought to offer a athletic scholarship to women. So the timing was right, and she was the right person to step in and have that scholarship.
Lurline's immense talents took her from Baton Rouge to competitions across the nation and around the world.
Well, first of all, I went to several national track and field competitions during the summer while I was a student at LSU under the direction of Coach Smoo. And I was the national junior champion in 1963 and 1964. I made the USA team in 1964, and we competed against the Russians in Los Angeles in a dual meet. I went to the Olympic trials in 1964. The games were in Tokyo that year. I placed third in the Olympic trials, but I did not make the Olympic team at the time. Then I went on to national competition as a senior competing athlete in '65, and again made the USA team. We traveled to Russia, Poland, and Germany that year to compete against their national teams. This was a different era in track and field, particularly in Europe, for women's track and field, and it was It was a great experience.
Lurline's competitive nature and athletic skills were only part of what made her special. She was also a strong leader and a compassionate friend.
I think part of a great athlete is the ability to lead. And I saw that was in Lurline from the beginning. It was a strength of character. An athlete she's a good woman. And all that came through in her sportsmanship and her leadership.
She looked for people's talents and what people could do. And she helped bring that out in them. And I think that's a tremendous leadership skill.
And I think she loves SJA and is proud of SJA's accomplishments. We're proud to say she is an alum.
Lurline Hamilton, St. Joseph's Academy, class of 1964, and a member of the 2015 Athletic Hall of Fame induction class.